Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my comments for Joey's category. So first off, I'm going to start with Katie. So Katie, I've got to say that I feel like you've, with your song choice this week, with When I Look at You, it kind of reminded me of where I love hearing your voice and where your voice sits really well. And I do think that you need to carry on exploring kind of big country ballads, because you've got a very countryish tone, and the way you riff as well really suits country. So definitely keep looking at songs like that. And you know, Driver's License as well, what was lovely. So I think you've had a lovely week. You know, there's still places that that need more work, but you should be really proud of your journey. Okay, moving on to Lacey. So Defying Gravity is one of my favourite songs. I am a bit of a musical theatre head, and I sing it myself, so I know it like the back of my hand. And there were bits where I was like, I'm not sure whether that change went. So I don't know whether the change was because you didn't quite know the song, or whether it was deliberate. But there were a few little bits where I was like, oh, I'm not sure. But then there were also a few bits you changed that I was like, oh, I really like that, and I love the fact that you took the last note up. I was really hoping that you would. But it was lovely overall. And Warrior, I think we can just safely say, is your song now. You know, no one's going to take that away from you, and you should be so proud of your journey this season. You've not been afraid of a challenge. You've taken on everything we've thrown at you, all our criticisms, so well done. Okay, so finally in Joey's category, we've got Rachel. So if I'm being honest, I'm a bit torn with you this week, Rachel. You know, I love your voice. I love the uniqueness and the weirdness of it, and I really love it when you do the dark and eerie stuff. But your song of the series was lovely, as it was the first time, so well done for that. But the 99 Red Balloons, I kind of expected more from you in that, if that makes sense. Like, in theory, and knowing your voice and knowing that song, when we were talking about it, that should have been one of your best vocals of the season. But it just fell flat for me, and I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure whether it was the video or the vocal itself, but nevertheless, you've come so far this season. You really should be amazingly proud of yourself, so massive well done. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my category. So I'm going to start off with Zoe. So your song of the series, What's Up, still brilliant, and I still think it's your song of the series. If I'm being nitpicky, I don't think it was quite as good as the first time you did it, but it was still brilliant, so well done. And your second song, Before I Go, absolutely suited you down to the ground, and I'm so glad, you know, that you had that lesson with me and that we got you to push it even further, because the fact that you keep exploring your voice and you keep pushing yourself, that is what is going to make you a better artist week by week, month by month. So keep doing that even after this competition, because you have come so far this season. Your voice has grown, it's matured, so massive well done. Be proud. Okay, so moving on to Dan. So your song of the series was Tennessee Whiskey, and obviously I messaged you at the beginning of the week saying, you know, these are the things that you need to try and fix in it. And, you know, I'm grateful that you really worked hard to fix those issues. So, like, I noticed that the riffs were cleaner. Yeah, there were one or two which may not have been completely spot on, but they were cleaner, so I could tell you'd worked on them, so big well done. And Hurricane, you know, as soon as I heard that song, Kelly played it for me, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, that's Dan. And so I couldn't wait to hear you sing that, and you absolutely smashed it out of the bag. I think you've had a really good week this week, and you should be amazingly proud of how far you've come again. Because, you know, yeah, you've had some bad weeks, but overall, you have, you know, pushed yourselves. So I'm really proud of you. Well done. Okay, so last but not least in my category is Molly. So Molly, I've got to say, you know, what you've done this season is really find yourself and who you are as an artist, and that in itself is a massive achievement. So don't lose that, you know, hold on to all of that you found about yourself and work with it and run with it, no matter what happens, you know, in the next stage of the competition, because you should be really proud of what you've done so far. I think Gravity had the potential to be really good for you, and I think there were parts in it where you really showed me that, but there were other bits where I was like, it just wasn't quite there for me. But I mean, you know, you learn a song, you learn it on the piano, so I get it, it is hard. But your song of the series was much better. So big well done, and make sure you are so proud of yourself for how far you've come this season. Okay guys, so now moving on to Kelly's category. So first up, Zach. Yeah, I was really looking forward to hearing Paranoid this week. And I firstly have to say I love the concept behind the video. I think he sent out a really important message, so props to you for that. But I do think, again, you made a little mistake with the track. For me, anyway, my personal opinion. I loved the beginning. I loved that the beginning was slow. But then I think after that first section, if you'd have had the really upbeat version crack into it and then done all your screaming bits over it, it would have had a much bigger impact. It would have been more you, if that makes sense. It just felt like it was missing something. But your song of the series was, again, it was one of my favourites. So big well done, and be proud of what you've done this season. Okay then, so moving on to Charlotte. So Charlotte, this week, you know, I mean, we've been very clear throughout the whole process that the week you did Foreigner was just a mind-blowing week for us, and you kind of kept that this week. So big well done for Song of the Series, but I expected no less. With your second song, you did I Miss Her. It's a song that I sing, and to be honest, I was expecting it to be another standout moment like Foreigner. But I don't know what it was. I know you changed certain bits because, you know, it might have been like slightly out of your range or whatever. You wanted to feel more comfortable, which is absolutely fine. I don't know whether it was like with your personality, how you came across. It just felt like there was something missing. But it was still a phenomenal vocal, so don't think it wasn't. And you know, you have come so far this season in terms of your confidence. We saw Attitude last week, so really cling on to that and keep working hard and make every performance count. But well done. And last but not least, we've got Sienna. Sienna, you should be so proud of yourself this season. You've never been a part of this process before, and you've never even stood on a stage and sung for someone. So you've come so far, and you've improved literally week by week. Your songs this week, you know, you've really found your lane in kind of jazz, blues type songs, and you're running with it, and you're improving week by week. And I'm very proud of you for doing that. You know, there is still a lot of work to do, but you know that yourself, and you know that I tell you that every week. You know, there's still work to do. It's not perfect yet, but if you go back and watch your first audition and watch this week's performances, it's like watching a different person. And honestly, I cannot explain to you how proud you should be. So no matter what happens, keep working hard and come back and show us what you're made of. So yeah guys, that is the end of my comments. So big well done to all of you. Massive good luck to whoever gets into the final. You've all been, especially to my category as well, you've all been a pleasure to work with, and it's been a joy having you in my category. And to the other categories, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch you every week, and I can't wait to see what all of you do next. So big well done, work hard, and we'll see you soon.